In a world with increasing uncertainties, global conflicts, civil unrest, pandemics, food shortages, power outages, and natural disasters, let us help navigate you down the path to becoming a prepping fool.
Hey everybody, this is Ed with The Prepping Fool. Thank you for joining in. Welcome back to The Prepping Fool. Welcome to The Prepping Fool if you've never been here before. We're located in Southwest Florida and we are preparing for the Hurricane Ian, which is expected to be something around a Category 4 when it gets to our area down in Southwest Florida. So behind me you can see that we have a couple of hurricane supplies. We've got some gasoline in the back over there. We've got our dual fuel generator by Duramax, which is a 13,000 watt generator. We've got a cooler here. We've got multiple coolers actually. And up on top of the wood over here, we have a heavy duty cord, which is a 50 amp rated, or it's actually a 60 amp rated cord, which will be plugging into our whole house supply on the outside of the house there, which will be coming into our electrical panel. So we just wanted to kind of maybe give some pointers or some tips on what we're doing here in order to prepare for this storm. We started a couple of days ago. We're just trying to get little things tightened up here. So I'm going to be heading in and outside all day today, trying to get our yard cleaned up and get all of our supplies together. We were talking about this 13,000 watt generator by Duramax. It's a dual fuel generator, which means it runs both on gasoline and propane. We have our propane attachment here, which was given to us from the generator manufacturer. This is our 50 or 60 amp cord. Of course, I've got a little extra oil here for some oil changes. 15 gallons of gasoline, which is definitely not a lot of gasoline, but where we're located, it's super hot outside. We don't have a lot of shade or anything, so we don't want to keep tons of gasoline hanging around. So in addition to that, I also have 200-pound propane tanks, which we have outside. Over here in the corner, we have 55-gallon drum for water. On top of it, we've got food-grade buckets, which we'll be filling those up to. That over there is just apple cider vinegar with water mixed in, no chemicals around it, so we don't do that. We have a bunch of other things going on outside. Let me go ahead and show you, or actually, so when we run our generator, we have a generator circuit. It is a manual switch. We'll go ahead and turn off our main power. Then this will slip down so we're able to activate the generator turn on there, which will power our house. We've got quite a bit of circuits. I've actually got a sub panel here with a couple empties here, but we've also got a panel, 2 extra panels outside, one for the pool, which will run very sparingly. We've got a freezer here on this side, and also on the other side there, we also have a freezer there. So our main goal is to keep air conditioning on in the house for us, as well as have some lights and fans and stuff going, but really to keep the AC on, since we have a brand new home, we don't want it to get full of humidity. All of our windows are impact windows, very heavy duty. We do have a big screen across the back, which is hurricane rated. We have double car garage doors, which are about 16 feet across. They are reinforced so that they don't cave in. And I guess if worst comes to worst, I've got a couple of 2x4s. We can put them in the center of the door and back the vehicle up to them if we need to. I've got a couple other scrap pieces of wood. I don't think these doors will blow in, as, like I said, everything is supposed to be rated for about 160 miles an hour is our local hurricane code here. As we're making our way here outside, we've got some additional water features for drinking water. So we're going to go ahead and fill these up. We're sanitizing them with some bleach. We've got a water hose here that we had when we had our motor home. so it doesn't have all the chemicals in it. The white hose is good for drinking water. So we've got 7, 14, 21, 28, 35 gallons of fresh drinking water. Plus we have some stuff going on inside. Some empty mason container jars that we're filling up. We had a couple empty cases that we haven't filled up yet. We're going to go ahead and use those for cooking and or drinking if need be. So there's 3 of us here. You know, we want a minimum of 3 gallons per person per day. Plus we have dogs, so we're going to ration some water for them also. Just so you guys can see this, these are Reliance containers. They're 7 gallons each. It's been a while since I picked these up, but here is a website. So instead of going to the store and buying gallon of water, I mean, we don't use those. Those gallons eventually start to leak. So I thought that this would be a good way of doing that, saving a few dollars since we've already owned these. Just get them cleaned out and use these. As we were talking earlier about the propane tanks, here are the 2 100-pound tanks. These are ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and strap that a little bit better later on. We do keep a lock on them just so nobody can run off with them very easily. Well, like I said, we have a few things. We've got to pull up the fences and some little stuff that's hanging around the yard. I've got a gas grill inside there, and I think our funnel is in there for the gasoline. So we'll clean up that grill. We also have 2 additional grills, 1 cooking grill and then a double burner stove top also in the back. So as you see, we are in sunny Southwest Florida right now. We have some great weather. Maybe to the south here we have some clouds moving in. I don't think it's necessarily from Ian yet. This is just pushing a lot of humidity, so we're due for some afternoon thunder showers. Our yard's pretty clean. Neighbors don't have much that's going to go flying around during the storm. So we worry about really the new construction sites in the area, but pretty lucky that we don't have them right up on our, right up on our back here. Speaking of air conditioning units, you could probably hear it in the background. We have a 5-ton air conditioning unit. So our generator is large enough to go ahead and start that. From a deadlock though, it still is large enough, but we added a soft starter to this so it will cut out on the amount of amps that are needed in order to start this when the compressor locks. We're going to keep it at least 15 feet away from the house. We have a 25-foot cord, so we're going to rig that up here. Here is our 50 amp plug here. That's connected to that manual switch on the inside of the circuit box. So we'll probably end up running our generator probably somewhere in this area here so that it's far enough away from the house. You don't have to worry about any carbon monoxide or anything coming in. So as everybody can see here, we are on the water. Our pool is up high. I can't turn it down right now because the pool company's mixing the chemicals. So I'm sorry if you're getting a lot of background noise. But we do have a huge opening here, which is 10 foot high by about 30 foot long here. And we have a lot of glass doors on the inside here. We have a big L-shaped door, corner door here. So there's another glass door on that side. And like I said, we have my dog's toys all over the place. We do have 4 Italian Greyhounds. So this is our double stovetop burner here. It's got pretty good amount of output on it, BTUs. That's why I got this particular one. This one's a Camp Chef. And as far as the exact amount of BTUs, I think it's 120,000 if I'm not mistaken. And we have our gas grill over here, which also has a small side burner on it. Full tank of propane for this. And it's a 3-burner stove, so nothing too fancy there. We'll be bringing in our chairs and all of the stuff, any of the stuff that could fly around. There's 2 of our girls there, our youngest and our second oldest girl. And we have some boats that are coming by. People are moving their boats in and out. Probably today's the last decent day, I think that they'll be able to drive these boats around. So as you can see, we don't have too much stuff to do here, except go around and pick up a few things. Lucky we have all impact windows here everywhere, but we also do have one nice addition. So this is a hurricane rated screen. It's supposed to cut out the wind down to like 1% of what's outside. If something does hit it, it's going to absorb the impact unless it's super sharp, I would guess. But then we still have our impact windows here behind it. So this screen comes motorized all the way down across our whole lanai, which is nice. And it is manual also if power does go out, so we're not going to worry too much about that. We do have a crank for it. So if there's anything that you think we missed, please leave it in the comments below. We've got food, water, medicine. We've got, you know, pretty much everything that we could need. Obviously some prayers for everybody down in the path of this hurricane. That's probably going to be pretty important also. A couple things I think that our kid, you know, our son's going to do. We're going to get the other car into the garage a little bit later tonight, make enough room in there once we get our mess cleaned up. And we do have some plenty of food, a little bit of alcohol, have a little hurricane party, and hopefully that everything goes well and we don't have any problems. We have tarps just in case. We have, you know, a lot of things. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments on what else you think we should have and any ideas that you guys are doing. And hope everybody stays safe.